If you're a manager or a company owner, here's some savvy business advice from Coach John Wooten. What you put up with when you're winning, you tolerate and are stuck with when you're losing. I guess you could say this video is for the sales managers, because I'm going to be giving a management lesson, but if you're a salesperson, you should pay attention. You should pay attention. This is your next level if you understand how to manage. I'm going to give you a law. It's called the Law of Minimum Standards. What's the Law of Minimum Standards? It says every company has a minimum standard that everyone lives up to. Now, you should have minimum standards that people live up to. Why? Because if you have no standards, then that means you have a bunch of free agents, a collection of individuals running around and writing their own policy manuals, setting their own procedures, and also setting their own standards of production. So the Law of Minimum Standards says this. Watch this. You must set and expect standards. Why? Because if you don't set and expect standards, then everyone sets the standards themselves. Here's one. Which is, what if you have someone who has not made a sale? They have not made a sale in 4 months. Now, you can say what you want with it. You can say everything that you'd like with it. And you say, we only keep top producers here. But the bottom line is this. The standard is you can keep your job and not make a sale for 4 months. That's your minimum standard. What if somebody, you know, the habitual latecomer into the meeting, you say your sales meetings start at 9 a.m., but there's always somebody that comes in at 9:10 or 9:15. Your meetings don't start at 9. They start at 9:15. Why? Because your minimum standard says you can come in late every single meeting. That's the Law of Minimum Standards. Next, here's a great one. You've got somebody with a deplorable behavior, a bad attitude. It says this. It says the minimum standard to keep your job is with that level of a bad behavior. So lack of production, late, bad behaviors, those are all your minimum standards. So whatever you think your standards are, it's based on the person with the lowest standards. That's why you have to constantly, watch this, you're improving standards when you improve people, but you've got to have standards. If you don't have standards, then the lowest standard will always be your minimum standard.